Welcome back. As you can see from the introduction to the video, I'm here at Phil's Lake, one of the Embryo waters. I joined this syndicate last year, starting in June. Haven't managed to fish it at all. Been here in April 2022, joined in June 2021. It's my first session on here. Lovely lake. Had a good walk around the lake. Managed to see a few fish crash out in towards the centre. So I bucketed a swim called the Point. You've got a great view of the lake, you've got a lot of water, commands a lot of water. And the wind is due to swing to a west-southwesterly overnight, which will very much push towards this point and towards my left-hand side. I'm really happy with the peg that I've managed to get. There's only one other lad on and somebody else has just turned up. Spoke to both of them, really nice lads. One of them got a couple of vlogs on YouTube of fishing on Phil's Lake, to be fair. But yeah, really happy with the swim that I've managed to actually get. Led it around a little bit, see if I could find a decent spot that I'll be comfortable fishing. I've managed to find a lovely clear spot at 20 wraps, nice easy flick with the rods. I've got a bit of a crosswind on at the minute, so casting's a little bit trickier than I would have liked it to have been, but 20 wraps, it's not too far at all. Nice comfortable casting. But yeah, it's not a huge clear spot, but it's clear enough to get all three rods pretty tight together. So that's how I'm starting how I'm comfortable fishing, really. Three rods on a spot, bit of bait over the top, two variations of match the hatch on the bottom, and a couple of corn poppers, just to see if I can get an early bite. Lad's been fishing since Monday morning. He's mixed it up with zigs and PVA bags, and he hasn't had anything. So a little bit of bait on the bottom is a good place to start. If I feel the need to change options, it's only 10 foot of water where I'm fishing. So nice comfortable zig fishing, or PVA bags if I start seeing more fish show. All the fish that I've seen show are very much in the centre of the lake, nothing short. Yeah, I am really confident actually, really confident. Yeah, as you can see the wind's really pushing down towards this end, more towards my right at the moment, but overnight it's going to swing round this way, being more of a southwesterly. Really confident. Right, just coming up to 8 o'clock now and the light's starting to drop. I need to reposition my rods. The wind's calmed down a lot now, so it could be a lot more accurate. I've got two that are maybe 1-2 yards apart on the spot that I've been baiting up. Third rod just went a little bit to the right, but had a lovely drop on it, so I was happy to leave that where it is. So they're set now for the night. Now the fish, as I expected, they have moved towards the area that I'm in, but they're a little bit further to the right than I would have hoped. So what I've done is I've prepared a couple of solid bags. If they keep showing there, I'll just throw a few solid bags at them. Same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow morning the wind's going to swing round, so it may push them a bit closer to where my area is, where my spot is that I've baited up. But if it doesn't, then if they keep showing to my right, I'll end up just throwing some solid bags at them. One with a little pink pop up and one with a little yellow wafter. Other than that, I am set for the night. I'm much happier than earlier. Got the rods really tight on the spot, certainly the two rods really tight on the spot. A few more spobs out. Haven't gone over the top with the bait, but there's plenty there to keep the fish in the area if they do go down. So I've got high hopes for tonight. And earlier in the morning as well, as soon as that wind swings round, as soon as there's that change in the wind to a southwesterly, pushing more directly towards this peg, and to the left a little bit, and I think I'm in for a good chance. I haven't seen anybody else catch on the lake. There's two of the lads fishing, and I haven't seen any of them catching. There you go. See what I mean? Just to the right of where I'm fishing. If it keeps that up, I'll pop some solid bags on them. Right, so it's about 10:30 now. Just had a double take, believe it or not. I had a feeling they'd move over the bait at some point, but I thought it'd be more towards the morning. They've come quite early. So yeah, I had one really good take. It took me a good while to get in. And that one's in the net still. The reason I've left that one till last is because it's quite a big fish. It looks to me, before I've weighed it, it looks like a 30. But then, as I was landing that one, my right hand rod ripped off as well, and managed to land this lovely 18-pound mirror. So this was the second of the double take, but an absolutely beautiful fish of 18 pounds. So the second fish from Phil's Lake. Lovely fish, lovely scale patterns. 18 pounds, beautiful. Let's get a quick show of the other side before I take some pictures and then go and get the big girl. Beautiful fish. Right, let's get some photos and then get the other one. Okay, so this is the first fish of the brace that I've just had, and you'll see why I left this one till second. I can't quite believe just how big it is. It's actually 41 pound, unbelievable. I thought it was quite big when I saw it in the net. I weighed it 3 times. Yeah, 41 pounds on the nose. Unbelievable. First fish from the lake, first fish from the Syndicate. Absolute beauty of a fish. Not sure what the lake record is at the moment, but I get the feeling this one is going to be up there. Bang on 41 pounds. Unbelievable fish. Massive. Absolutely huge. Yeah, this is why I left this one until second. A quick look at the other side. Oh, there we go. Look at that for your first fish out of a Syndicate. Unbelievable. Let's get some photos, get the rods back out. Last night with those 2 fish. Just to get the rods back out, put a few more spawns of bait over the top, and the 3rd rod's rattled off this morning as well. Okay, got one off each rod now. This is absolutely beautiful, this one. Really heavily scaled fish. I mean, £23.12. I had a feeling I'd have a few more after last night. It's only just before 7 o'clock in the morning, so there's plenty of time left to get another 1 or 2. But really pleased with this one. I'll go through bait and rigs a little bit later on. £23, near fully scaled, very heavily scaled anyway. Lovely shaped fish. Not a screamer, just really sensitive bite. Took the bob into the top, then just really slowly started taking line. Didn't put up too much of a scrap to get it. Quick show of the other side before I take a couple of photos, and then I'm going to redo all 3 rods, because the 2 that I redid in the night, not 100% confident that they're in the best positions. Bit of an update. It's been really quiet since I had that 23 pounder this morning. Wind started to pick up and it is pushing more of the southerly wind rather than a southwesterly that I expected. There's been quite a few fish show a lot further out, maybe 150 yards out straight in front of me. So I'm sure they'll move this way the later on the day it gets, especially with the wind pushing up here. So yeah, very quiet around the lake, all over really, apart from the few fish showing in that at that distance. There's nothing at all down to the right anymore, which is where they were showing yesterday. That's when they didn't start showing to my right until more towards evening time. Yeah, there's quite a few showing there actually, maybe 150 to 200 yards out, more towards the back of the wind. So yeah, well, I think I'll take this time now, as soon as it's so quiet, just go through the bait and the rigs that I've been using. Right from the off, because this is my first session, I decided quite early just to keep it as simple as possible, stick to what I know. So, yep. Anybody who's seen any of my previous videos will know I'm a big fan of IQD rigs. All three fish have come on the IQD rig. One of the fish was caught, that was this morning, the 23 pounder was caught on this little double corn popper over the top of a baited area. The smallest fish, the 18 pounder that I caught at the same time as the big one, again another IQD rig, but with a trimmed down wafter, CC Moore Pacific tuna wafter, match the hatch. That's what I've been putting out in the spawn, mixed with a few other bits and pieces. And the big one, something slightly different. I've never really done this before, but I chopped down another a bright yellow wafter, just tipped one of the CC Moore Pacific tuna wafters, tipped it with a little bit of yellow wafter. That's the one that caught the big guy. As for bait, or mixed 15mm Pacific tuna freezer bait with a mixture of different sized pellets, just to try and fill the spawn, and a bit of sweet corn and maize as well, just to add a bit of colour to it. Along with that, I'll put some Pacific tuna bait booster. Just put some of the bait booster in there, give it a good mix. It's all sticky and oily. So I started off with 10 spawns yesterday when I first got here, when I found the spot. Didn't have anything, and then just before it started to get dark, when the wind died down, I put another 5 spawns of that mix out. Recast my baits, as I mentioned earlier on in the video. A couple of really tight baits and one just off, and all 3 of them went. So the first 2 went at 10:30 last night, and then that one this morning about 6:30 this morning. What I did manage to do was I also managed to put another 5 spawns out probably around about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Once I'd finished all the photographs and had a bit of a tidy up, I put 5 more spoms out in the night as well. I've done that again this morning, another 5-6 spoms out after I'd caught that fish, put the fish back, put some more spoms out and recast all 3 rods. Really happy with the positioning of the rods, but it's just been really quiet. The fish, as I've seen, the fish seem to have moved further away, more towards the back of the wind rather than on the wind. But I have no doubts that they will move back in this direction. I still feel like I've got a chance of 1 or 2 more fish. Fingers crossed the next video will be of me actually holding up a fish. Video is a fish. Thank God for that. Came out of the blue really. It's been even quieter since the last update that I gave you. No signs of anything anywhere near where I'm fishing, anything down this end of the lake. Had a bit of a headache, so I was just having a bit of a nap, and then out of the blue it shot off. Smallest fish of the session so far, just slightly over 15 pounds. Still a very nice fish though. Still plenty of time as well to catch another one. Let's lift this one for the camera. And these young fish are really pretty. Very unique scale patterns on them. In fact, very short, stubby tail and stubby fins at the bottom as well. Come on. Lovely little fish. Very short. Look at its stubby tail. Quite unique. Very short fins underneath at the bottom as well. Quick flick round, show the other side, get some photos, and I'll get it back in. Probably the nicer side, this one. Even more scales than the other side. Be a very pretty fish if it can put on some weight. It's a pretty fish anyway, but Imagine this, with a few more pounds. Light's starting to drop. Let's do one last update before the night time. Just had, pop the video on now, just had a bit of a strange take. Probably went straight to the top. You could see the rod tip pulling, but it wasn't taking any line, and I hit into the take and there was nothing there. So yeah, a bit of an odd one. I've just managed to recast it, not quite happy with it. I'm going to wait for the wind to die down a bit more. Yesterday evening, around about 7-8 o'clock, the wind had died down just enough for me to cast accurately. So I'm gonna give it another hour or so, and then maybe recast that right rod, see if I can get it more accurate than it is. Other than that, yeah, it's looking good for a bite. There's been quite a few show, more towards me now. They have moved over me. I think a couple of them have been tench, but there's definitely been a few carp crashing just to the left of my rods, my baited area, just to the left of them, and a little bit further past them as well, but in the right direction. So things are looking up for tonight. Fingers crossed for something very similar to last night. If I can get another fish before I have to shoot off in the morning, I'll be really happy. There's a couple of other lads have turned up and they've gone over the other bank on the other side, behind the wind. Not sure why they chose there, but yeah. So yeah, next video, fingers crossed, will be me again holding another fish. If not, I'll see you in the morning. go, fish number 5. Had a feeling I'd get another one before it went dark. Just had that strange take before the update, and then maybe half an hour later, this one, different rod, not the one that I recast, different rod, absolutely tore off. 18£4, not a big one, but another beautifully scaled mirror. Lovely fish, big mouth on this one, really big mouth. With a strange shaped tail as well, just like the last one. Quick look at the other side. Some snaps, and then I'll get the rod back out, ready for the night. Yep, come on. There we go. Very heavily scaled. So a few of them I've had have been really heavily scaled now. Right, let's get this one back, get some photos beforehand, and get the rod back out. Well, what can I say? It's an absolute beast of a common on my mat. Woke me up this morning about quarter past 5. Really quiet night. Dropped absolutely freezing cold as well. Nothing showing in the night, no crashing, couldn't hear anything. Whereas the night before, I could hear them throughout the night. It's a really quiet night. Didn't expect anything, but then, yeah, this absolutely tore off this morning, and this is how I'm going to finish my session, and I'm very happy because it's actually a new PB common. Previous PB was £33.12. This one is £35.12. Unbelievable fish, massive belly. It's got a real recognisable scar on the top, the back near its tail as well, that you'll see. Huge fish, really big belly. Hardest fight of the session as well. Instantly started tearing line off me, taking me for a ride. Yeah, managed to slip the net under it. Could see it was a big fish again straight away. As soon as I lifted it into the net, lifted it onto the mat to weigh it, I had a feeling it was going to go bigger than my PB of 33. What a way to possibly finish the session. The rods are still out, still got a little bit of time, but absolutely no pressure now. Do a slow pack away while the rods are still out there, just for the last hour or two, and admire some of the photos that I've been taking. A quick look at the other side. Beautiful fish. Very happy with my first session, I have to say. Can't wait to come back. Well, that's me done. Still got the rods out. Managed to pack everything else down ready to go. Reflecting a little bit on the session, can't have gotten any better really, to be fair. My first time I've even visited the lake, I'm very limited on knowledge. about the lake, about spots. Had no idea about spots, no idea about what baits to use, whether the lake's been fishing well, nothing like that. So yeah, just kept everything simple, used methods and baits that I trust myself, that I'm so used to, and it's paid off really. So yeah, new lake record, new PB common, a few other smaller fish, really nice scaly smaller fish to top it off as well. Turns out to be a really good session, especially being my first one down here. Now it's going to be a while before I can actually get back down. We're in April now. I won't be able to get back down until August, so summer term, summer holidays. I'll do some other fishing, I'll do some other vlogs in the meantime, a few more local lakes. It's just the distance, the reason I can't get back to this one so often. So I'll do a few sessions and a few videos of a couple of lakes, a couple of local lakes. I've got another new syndicate that I'm on, right by where I work. I'll try and get a couple of sessions down there, see what that's like. It's a big quarry lake, really deep quarry. Looking forward to trying that one, to be honest. I've got my local park lake as well. I'd like to do another couple of sessions on there. And that's it. So yeah, I'll see you soon everybody. Thanks for watching.